The piece I'm going to talk about today is Sibelius's Andante Festivo, and specifically a recording that has a lot of historical significance. Now, Sibelius was a composer from Finland who was, incredibly instrumental in shaping the country's sense of national identity. His music incorporates traditional Finnish folk songs, Nordic mythology, and when you're listening to his music, you can really hear a sense of openness to it. The music is kind of a description of the land itself. There's a sweeping epicness to it. Like you can hear the lakes, the forests, the glaciers, and all of this helps shape the idea of what it is to be Finnish. Because at this time in history, Finland was in a very precarious political position. For 100 years, they had been a sort of vassal state of Russia, with very little control over their own government. But because of the First World War and the political unrest in Russia, the October Revolution, they were able to declare independence in 1917, and Sibelius was very much in favor of this, siding with the Finnish nationalists. He was very prolific for about 10 years after the war, and then he pretty much stopped composing for the rest of his life, about 30 years. He had a stipend from the Finnish government that meant he didn't need to work. He became an alcoholic, had a tremor in his hand that kept him from writing, and he was a perfectionist with a lot of self-doubt. His only public concert during this time was on January 1st, 1939, when he conducted the Andante Festivo for a New Year's radio broadcast. This date, January 1st, 1939, is really important historically, as it's just before the beginning of the Second World War, and there was obviously lots of tension all through Europe. The slow, hymn-like melody sounds like a call for peace, a call to something higher. He was quoted as calling his works a confession of faith, and you can really hear that here.